Namaste students, I am Dr. Shubhada Deshpande from Vikas College of Arts, Science and Commerce, Vikhroli, which is affiliated to University of Mumbai. I welcome you all to this video tutorial on emergence of communication as a key concept in the corporate and global world. It's a pleasure speaking to you all through this video tutorial project of IDOL, University of Mumbai. In the previous lecture, we discussed how feedback is an important component in the process of communication and in communication in general. Now, in this lecture, we will discuss how communication plays a major role in the corporate world and especially in the global scenario. Students, globalization, computerization, and liberalization have widened the spheres of corporate world. The national boundaries almost exist no more, and thus we all are especially global citizens in addition to being Indian citizens. To speak in terms of Indian scenario, there is a cutthroat competition in the market because the policy of liberalization allowed foreign companies to enter Indian markets. The market that used to be dominated by a single or two brands in, for example, chocolate or automobile or even cosmetic manufacturing is flooded with foreign brands today. In such a competitive context, then the corporate organization as well as the employees working in that organization need to enhance their competencies, and the first and very important such competence is communication skills. The technological advancements in the form of internet, email, and fax also demand the employees and the organizations to keep themselves updated on the technical communication skills. In such a competitive context, then, communication emerges as the key factor in the functioning of every organization. Let us see why it is necessary for an organization to develop smooth and effective channels of communication. We know that along with the internal publics of the organization, the people in society are equally important stakeholders of the organization. Only when the people are familiar with the company as a good organization, they contribute to the company's business in the form of purchasing their products or hiring services or buying the shares, etc. This is what we call as branding, or broadly it is called as goodwill in the market. Now, to earn this goodwill in the market, it is very important for the organization to reach out to maximum number of people in society. Products manufactured or services offered is certainly a way to do that. But what if there are many other companies manufacturing the same product or offering the same services? For that purpose, then, you need to create goodwill for your company. Advertising is one of the ways to reach out to people and to introduce the products or services to them. But apart from advertising, displaying corporate social responsibility, ethical practices and services, and using the media to its maximum in an ethical way to reach out to them are some of the ways in which the organization can always remain in the public eye, because that is very essential for its survival and development. Good communication channels established with the media, customers, shareholders, local administrators always help an organization to achieve the ultimate aim of its business. Communication is thus very important for branding or to earn goodwill in the market. Inside the organization, implementation of the policies and strategies is possible only through effective channels of communication. Though the policy formation takes place at the senior level, those policies are implemented by the employees at the junior level. However progressive, ideal and creative the policies are, it's only when there are good communication channels flowing downward and upward that the organization can achieve successful implementation of those policies. Now, this is the case of the internal functioning of an organization. But the external publics in the society outside the organization are equally important stakeholders of an organization, as I have already mentioned. Marketing and sales, which are the key activities of a business, can be successfully carried out only with the help of good communication channels outside the organization. If you have a quick look at the placement advertisements, it is very clearly mentioned that the aspiring candidate should possess good communication skills. This is because communication has the ability to change the mind of a person. The best example of this can be of the salesperson who comes to your door. Generally, the person on your door to promote the sale of something which many times is not in your list of to be purchased items. And normally these salespersons are welcomed with a frown on our forehead by almost many of us, because he or she has come to waste our time according to us. But the same person whom we initially have frowned at goes back with a smile on face, because he succeeds in convincing us and making us feel the need for that product. And finally, we end up buying it from him or her. There lies the secret of why communication is always prioritized when a company advertises vacancies in the field of sales and marketing. Communication thus has an important role to play in client development and also in sustaining the clients. Client sustenance is possible only when an organization understands and fulfills its responsibility towards the customers after the product is sold out. After sales service has gained much importance in the present times. And if such after sales services are not provided by an organization, many other organizations in the same field are ready to snatch the client by providing all kinds of attractive facilities after sales. See how competitive environment makes it necessary to remain communicative all 24/7. And so we have the phenomena of call centers that are in customer service round the clock. Students, if you are aware, candidates with good communication skills, even college going students or fresh passed out students, draw a good earning from this not more than 10 to 15 years old phenomena of call centers. While speaking to the customers and clients, it is not just the product that they need to speak about, but these sales and marketing executives carry the image of the organization along with them. So it is very important for them to possess excellent communication skills that will enable them to convey the positive image of their organization in the correct and effective words. As we have already discussed, speaking is not the only communication skill. Reading and writing are equally important skills. Managerial cadre in the organization needs to keep themselves updated on the latest developments in their own area and carry the responsibility to convey the same to their juniors in the correct manner, thus carrying out the necessary changes in the functioning of the organization. This is all relating to the day-to-day functioning, routine work of the organization. But the role of communication does not stop there. Every organization, sometime or the other, faces a crisis situation that decides the survival of the organization. In such difficult times, it is very important for the organization to win the trust of everyone, the employees, the customers, the shareholders, and rather all the stakeholders of the company. And here in this difficult period, nothing else but a good, effective, and sincere communication only can win this trust. After all, it is these people who can cooperate and help the organization in bringing back the glory, prestige, and goodwill that otherwise may completely be lost in the crisis situation. A successful crisis manager is always a good communicator. In the times of crisis, it is very important to be transparent in communicating the truth to all these stakeholders so that they all can help the company overcome the crisis. The employees need to be ensured that their trust and solidarity can always bring the company back on the track. Similarly, continuous dialogue with the shareholders and other publics in society can help the organization in sustaining the goodwill in the market. And then, very importantly, as I have already mentioned, the boundaries and scope of business is ever widening due to globalization. Indian talent is in high demand across the world. The world of computer science and information technology have opened a new world of opportunities for Indian engineers and techies around the world. Communication skills in foreign languages proves to be a unique ability among career aspirants these days. On completing your graduation, many of you might get jobs in the multinational companies which have their clientele in multiple countries. There again, it would be very important as an employee and the representative of your company to communicate effectively in either English or whichever applicable and acceptable language it is in that context. You may need to be well versed in more foreign languages in addition to English. And as we know, language forms an essential part of culture. Ability to speak the language is not the only ability required in communication, but the social manners and habits in every different geographical region needs to be considered an important part that forms one's personality and culture. So, it becomes necessary to understand these aspects of communication while dealing with a foreign client. Now, this may sound a little difficult, but yes, that is a challenging but very interesting aspect of communication in the global corporate world. We know a person is rooted in his culture and finds it difficult to accommodate or to get adjusted with such changes in culture, language, and manners. Homesickness is another issue that troubles. Another challenge is the different time zones in the international business world. An engineer working in India for an American company and dealing with a client from some other different country would need to sacrifice his sleep while communicating with the counterparts in the US. So, adaptability to such changes again becomes essential on the part of those who aspire to get a career in global corporate scene. But the companies are aware of the challenges, and to overcome these barriers, nowadays they also organize training programs for the newly joined employees, wherein they are trained and educated on how they should adapt to such changes. So, by now you must have realized how communication and ability to communicate is emerging as a key requirement in the global corporate world. And now, to know what you have gained so far in this video lecture, please complete a small activity. You can share your thoughts by choosing the correct option from those given below these two questions. And also, please do not forget to participate in the discussion forum by sharing your views or thoughts relating to the question given in the discussion forum. Thank you.